Here.
Ms. Sevilla.
Here.
Have a quorum.
Item number 2, the flag salute. Turn it to Dr. Johnson. Reminder that the next regular monthly Board of Education
aggregated and disaggregated subgroup data, as well as intervention strategies in each of the disciplines in the district. This assessment measures the students' graduation readiness in English language arts and mathematics, and both scores in grade 10. In mathematics, the NJSLS standards that are assessed are Algebra 1 and Geometry standards. The New Jersey Board of Education adopted the proficiency level cut score of 725. So originally it was 750, and in May 2023, the New Jersey Board of Education pathway, and the first pathway that all students in the high school are required to meet are by the first assessment, which is the NJGPA. If students do not pass, what those two performance levels are. There's 2 levels. One that's graduation ready, that starts with the cut score that was originally noted, 725, and the level 1, which means our students are not graduation ready, reported in the range of 650 to 724. In math. Then we have it broken down by how many students were from the high school and how many were from the Adult Learning Center. The number 4 of after June 1st of the prior academic school year. They are not exempt, however, from taking the NJGPA mathematics due to the assessment being made. Could I go back a slide, please? Okay, that's good. Here we'll see the proficiency levels. What you see to your left are our graduation ready, comparing the district to the state. And then to the right, the last 2 columns, you will see not yet graduation ready, comparing our district percentages to the state in mathematics. Here you will see the breakdown of that percentage by schools. You'll see the New Brunswick High School, where we're reporting the 507 students. Out of those 507 students, 68.8% were graduation ready. And for the adult, 20 students, with 40% of them being graduation ready. We see the breakdown as well for New Brunswick High School, with 27.8% students being graduation ready and 0% students in the Adult Learning Center being graduation ready. We now have our data broken down by subgroups. The subgroups we're reporting is always the district as a whole, and then we have our Hispanic or Latino subgroup. So in this category, you'll see that the Hispanic or Latino, Black or African American, and economically disadvantaged students, those subgroups shared similar graduation readiness performance in ELA as compared to the district. Ability diverse learners and multilingual learners did not perform at the same level. The Hispanic or Latino, Black or African American, and economically disadvantaged subgroups shared similar graduation ready performances in mathematics as compared to the district. Perform at the same level. science high 60 percentages, and then mathematics in the high 20 percentages. And just what you see in bold in both cases, you'll see that those three subgroups had similar. So in English language arts, we went from 18.8% to 67.7%. That's a total of 48.9% increase. And then in math, we went from 20.8 to 26.7, which is a 5 point. And add additional resources and provide meaningful and targeted professional development to our teachers, we ensure that we're giving our students interpret text as well as how they analyze authors' crafts. And in mathematics, we're ensuring high-level tasks that allow students multiple entry points. In addition, encourage students to have multiple representations, to use and connect multiple representations. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Hill.
Caldwell. Yes. Mrs. Medina Hernandez.
Yes.
Mr. Ortiz.
Yes.
Mrs. Seawood.
Yes.
Mrs. Solis. Mr. Adorno.
Abstain.
Ms. Sevilla.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Moving to item number 5, the superintendent's report.
7th will be the first day of school for all our students. We are onboarding new employees, new teachers, filling vacancies. We got off today, and we had our conversations really about evidence-based research and the principles of learning, how we ensure and how we push students to reason, not only students, so that we're all prepared for the opening of the school year. We are on track for the opening of the Batita Valente Community School, which will open its doors September 5th, with about 800 students, and also the Pathway Middle School, which will welcome approximately 200 grade 6 students this year. And lastly, we were just informed that our schools, New Brunswick Public Schools, we were informed by the state of New Jersey Department of Education that New Brunswick Middle School and Paul Robeson Community School for comprehensive school mental health, with an emphasis on promoting a positive school climate and fostering social emotional learning. So we're very excited to work alongside the state as well as our Rutgers in this initiative. And that concludes my remarks.
Can I have a motion to accept the superintendent's report?
So moved. Second.
Dr. Caldwell.
Yes.
Mrs. Medina Hernandez.
Yes.
Mr. Ortiz.
Yes.
Mrs. Seawood.
Yes.
Thank you. Item number 6, the facilities committee report. Mr. Edward Spencer.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Madam President. The Facilities Committee met on Wednesday, August the 9th at 5 o'clock. The high school gym is on schedule. The initial site work has been completed, and the foundation is well underway. The start of the steel erection is scheduled to begin in the middle of September. The scheduled completion date for the addition to the high school gym is striping, and fence work will be completed this week. I'm excited to be able to announce that the new school will be ready for September. The flooring for the gym and the multi-purpose room has started and is scheduled to be completed by this upcoming Monday. The majority of the furniture and teaching supplies will be delivered this week. The traffic light has been approved by the city and will be installed in the fall. The police will provide support completed. The Classroom floors have all been waxed, and majority of the classroom furniture on the second and third floors set up and laid out in the classroom. The clean
Thank you, Mr. Spencer. That was a fantastic report. I agree. I'm very excited to see the opening of the new.
I'll take it from Ms. Varela, as she just arrived. There was no. Dr. Caldwell.
Yes.
Mrs. Medina Hernandez.
Yes.
Mr. Ortiz. Mrs. Solis.
Yes.
Mr. Spencer.
Yes.
Ms. Varela.
Yes.
Mr. Adorno.
Abstain.
Ms. Sevilla.
Yes,
Motion approved.
thank you.
Thank you.
Moving to item number 8, the Curriculum Policy Committee report. Mrs. Emra Seawood.
Madam President, board members, members of the audience. The Curriculum and Policy Committee did meet this month. As a matter of fact, we met yesterday for the NJGPA that was given during the spring. And this is the report, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. General. So at the end of my report,
Yes, we can do that.
okay, we did review we have some curriculum updates. We do the curriculum and instruction department is on a 5-year plan. Each curriculum to make sure we're in compliance with all state and federal requirements every 5 years. And the ones that are included on the consent agenda, the curriculum items, fell under that date. They're due for our 5-year plan. In addition to those resolutions, we have 2 policies and regulations that are being revised, and we recommend their approval on the first reading. The first policy regulation has been revised to include homeschool students' participation in athletic competitions at the middle school and high school levels in accordance with standards that had not been the case in years. And that was an oversight on our part, so we corrected that. Revision included the color black, and that was not one of the recommended or approved colors. And so these policies are included on the consent. Thank you.
Thank you for that report, Mrs. Seawood.
Excuse me. We need a motion to accept.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can we please have a motion to accept resolution for the presentation?
Second.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear all that, Ms. Sevilla. We're making a motion to accept the curriculum report?
The presentation.
Right.
Go to the stage.
And just to clarify, when we do the board minutes, the presentation will be in those minutes. And those minutes will be sent to the state to show that they were reported out to the public. So I do not believe that we need a separate resolution from the resolutions that we've already prepared in the curriculum report, okay? So my recommendation is that you take a new motion to accept the.
So a motion to accept the curriculum committee report.
Second.
Dr. Adorno.
Yes.
Ms. Sevilla.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Moving to item number 9, the Educational Services Commission of New Jersey.
Romano has hit the ground running. She has just done a fantastic job with some mentorship from Mark Finkelstein, who's been there for 30 needs. Students on the autism spectrum, students who are multiply disabled, and students who are dealing with emotional challenges. The buying group continues to grow. Just getting ready for the beginning of the school year, and it should be a good year. That's my report.
Thank you for your report, Dr. We have people on the list, Mr. General?
Yes, we have 3 members of the public who have registered their intent to speak. The first member I'll call up is Linda Stork.
Good evening. Not wanting our kids to have nice things. I want them to have the best things, which is why I would have preferred that they have a smaller, more appropriate sized school in a more light not being installed until sometime in the fall. That is a very dangerous intersection that the school is right by and a small. And also, that is great that 2 of our schools were accepted for the mental health initiative with the state and Rutgers for any drug or substance or violence type of infraction. This isn't try to incorporate and work with that somehow, and maybe model what could be done in the rest of the schools or as changes to the district-wide policy. And while I understand that they have increased very much in English language arts, we've got 1 out of 3 that aren't ready, and 3 out of 4 in math.
Here.
Thank you, Madam President. Mr. April Nicholas.
It's just going to be existing counselors and social workers implementing the new approaches. Do we know? Additional staff, counselors and social workers that are dedicated to working on that, or just the existing staff? For a public comment, where the board's policy is to deny the public right to speak unless they register 24 hours in advance. And that's a problematic policy that is demonstrated to changing that policy.
I don't have any comments about that right now.
I was the last one. Charlie Cradaville, New Brunswick today. I want to wish everyone a happy, healthy new school year. I too am excited for the opening of the Valenti School. Can you tell me what grades will be in the school? What years?
It's a K through 8.
K through 8 right away. Okay. Also, I heard $46 million is the cost so far. Are you anticipating the final cost to be under budget, under the $55 million? Is there an estimate?
We are expecting to open up a school in September.
That much I know. I'm asking about the budget. Do you know what will happen to the remaining funds? If there are funds, are you expecting to have remaining funds left over from the sizable funds that came in from Robert Wood?
I don't have any comments.
Who should I email?
I'll answer the question. It's too early to tell, Mr. Cradaville.
Thank you. And I do know that this is one of the last pieces of land in the 5th and 6th Ward where it is suitable to build a school at this time, so I'm glad one was built, but as was mentioned, there's a promised traffic signal supposed to be installed in Jersey Ave and Hale Street. This was probably a necessary improvement even before the construction of this traffic there, and I guess on that plan and how you're going to achieve the goal of safety for the students as they come in and out, and yeah, who's going to pay for that?
In that time, we have been working very closely with the city police in terms of providing supports in that area, having manpower out there, as well as signage, the electronic blinking signs and things of that nature, and hopefully as we approach closer to the school, start of school, we'll start to actually put those things out. We have safe walking routes that we have mapped out in the city for students to walk to school, to and from school. We've actually had activities towards the end of the school year where students from Lincoln Annex practically walked those routes, and it was a remote path. Right now, the parents.
I just want to wish everyone healthy and successful and toolbox.
Ms. Varela? Yes. Mr. Adorno? Yes. Ms. Varela? Yes. Mr. Adorno? Yes.